Maybe it's just in my interest to scout everyone and just see, well, I say scout everyone. We've got 23 days to the next race. There's actually a big kind of gap here. Now, there's probably no point in scouting these guys at the top, but I feel like kind of everyone from Bottas downwards, probably excluding Perez, because I think he's going to be on a Red Bull kind of style contract. We might as well just see where they're going, right? If you missed it yesterday, by the way, we did discover that you can kind of look at contract stuff here. Yuki's already signed a contract. It's a 4-year contract. Okay. Well, okay. I can't afford Yuki now, can I? People are suggesting some younger drivers. Pacher, Maloney. I don't really want to sign a young driver. I need someone with some experience to go with O'Ward, I think, just for a transitionary period. But yeah, Tsunoda's already signed a new contract. I mean, we'll scout Ocon. Why not? We'll scout Ocon. Ocon's not bad, you know, for 28 years old, bit of experience. That could be an option. I mean, he's got a very good rating, to be fair. Pierre and Ocon have got good ones. People are saying Alonso. Where is Fernando? Fernando's up here, chat. I cannot afford Fernando, can I? I don't know how much Fernando's on. It's definitely more than I can afford. Sainz. How would I afford Carlos Sainz's contract? I can't afford that. Chat, we are struggling with money paying Mick £3 million a year. I feel like the reality is that, especially with the appeal that I've got, I'm going to be looking at this lower half set of drivers. I mean, Yuki would be ideal, but how much does he want? I mean, do I get a few different drivers kind of offered contracts? But sorry, I've just seen the buyout. Yeah, that Yuki contract that we said is kicking in is quite a lot in it. 51 million to, but we don't have that. I'm going to tell you that we do not have the capacity for Yuki Tsunoda. So it shows the buyout for his current contract that's expiring at the end of the current year, but we'd have to pay for the buyout on this contract, which is a 4-year deal on £7 million. Okay, well, that is detrimental to the plan to sign Yuki Tsunoda, isn't it? What about Albon? Albon's on £2 million at the moment, so he's on a cheap contract. His buyout is $1 million. That is far more reasonable, isn't it? Thing is, with someone like Fernando, it's not about the buyout, it's about the salary. I don't have... my team doesn't have a high enough marketability. We have, like, 1-star sponsors right now. As your team gains in marketability and you have more marketable drivers, you get better sponsor options. Right now, I have 1-star sponsor options, which means that's the reason why we have no money right now. Is because our reputation is awful. So I can't just jump straight to a Fernando Alonso style contract on £10 million. People are mentioning Felicity. I think we might need to give Felicity a new contract as well. I wish that there was an option to promote an affiliate driver just for like the end of the season. Then they go back to being an affiliate driver. I mean, Albon is only £1 million. Like that is actually quite reasonable. Mick's currently on £3 million. Albon, see, Albon only wants a 2-year deal, which might be beneficial. You know what? That could be the play, because Albon's not a young driver anymore. But for 2 years, you know, a bit of a stopgap option. Also, I'm looking at this thinking, like, if I offer him $5 million, right, it looks expensive and scary. But actually, one engine costs £5 million. So if Mick's currently on £3 million a year, but we assume he'll destroy one more engine than Albon across a year, Mick's cost to us is actually $8 million. So upping this contract, you know, to maybe 5.5 isn't actually that stupid. That's what I'm thinking, at least. So the reason Albon's got 1 more year left on his current contract with Williams, but the reason the buyout is so low is because Williams have a low breakout multiplier. When you're a backmarker team, having this kind of multiplier, basically, they have to pay off, you know, the remainder of the contract that's not been served. So I could have this really low, but if he got poached, we'd never get any compensation. But is that a bad idea if he's only signing for 2 years, chat? Because I don't think the AI poaches drivers to join them mid-season. And if Albon is going to max stay 2 years, is just signing him for 2 years but with no breakout, like, okay? I mean, it might mean he's only here for a year. But then I was only ever going to have him for 1 more year anyway, and he's 28. And if he gets poached, we could promote Kimi. If I give him a signing on bonus as well, I mean, I'll put it to a nice even number. 1.2 million. We can afford that. We do have the capacity. I'm going to be cheeky. Let's try 5.5. I could lower the deadline to 21 days. The next race is in 23 days. If I brought him in now, yeah, it costs more than I can afford to bring him in now. You know what? I'm going to make this offer. I do want to look at the other drivers just to get a comparison. There's no reason why we can't offer drivers a few different drivers contracts and then pick one. I mean, Zhou is just 80 rated, isn't he? And Magnussen's 80. Like, they are just side grades. At least Albon is a bit of a step forward. He's not a long-term option, but I feel like he's just a option. Kevin is the answer. I don't think Kevin is the answer. Proposed contract. The buyout's 400k on him. I mean, that's surprisingly cheap. But it's Kevin bloody Magnussen. What about Valtteri? I mean, the buyout is cheap on Bottas. Could Bottas be an option? Thing is, he wants a long-term deal. He wants like a 4-year deal, whereas Albon was... Actually, if I change it to next year... That is weird, isn't it? So if you have it on immediately... A 3-year deal of end of next year... That makes no sense. Or does it make sense? Chat, am I overthinking this? I think I am. I feel like Bottas is going to want a lot of money. Let's just see. To get him into the zone on a 2-year deal, what am I paying him? The marker is not moving. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, we upgraded the helipad. Surely that is going to convince Albon to join us for a year. Okay, Bottas scouting completed. He's signed a contract with Williams, chat. He's already signed a contract with Williams. I kind of like the idea of Bottas going back to Williams to work with James Vowles. That's quite romantic, isn't it? If I propose a contract now... see, now we have the Williams buyout. Now I'm aware of the Williams contract. The buyout is higher. I wonder if I didn't scout him and I made all those agreements. Would it then just tell me at the end, by the way, you actually have to pay 3 million for him? Ocon. It's agreed a contract with Haas. Okay, well, that's a thing. You know what? Give a tick. Realism. Pierre, he's already agreed a new contract with Alpine on 4.9 million. I can't really afford that. What would the buyout be? Yeah, 3 million. In hindsight, probably should have been sorting this in the summer, shouldn't we? Suddenly, Albon seems like the most reasonable choice, doesn't he? I mean, Stroll, we could scout. The fact I'm scouting Lance Stroll, is this rock bottom? Driver development update. Mick has got better. Not as smoothness, just he can defend slightly better. We've already looked at Hadjar. He's already signed a new deal. Chat, our development drivers are actually developing a lot. I feel like I want to renew her contract. If I ask for it immediately, is she going to get upset? Imagine if I piss her off, chat. This could be a disaster. It's a lot of money, but Felicity is the future. We've already paid a lot. Okay, look, we've already paid... She doesn't want to be an affiliate. She wants to be in car 2. Sorry, does someone want to chat with Felicity? You're going to be an affiliate, Duck. You're an affiliate. For some reason, she's requested car 2, but when I select affiliate, it goes up. I don't understand this game's negotiations. She's watched Mick race and she's thought, I can do better than that. All right, Felicity, darling, please. She's pissed off that she's an affiliate, but she has agreed to the contract. Now, do I actually have to pay the buyout on my own driver? Surely not. I'm sure it's going to be fine. We had 2.6 in the bank, I think, so we should have... I've just lost £1 million, haven't I? There, I've just lost £1 million. I've lost £1 million. I've bought out my own contract, and the bank have just taken the money. I mean, that is one gearbox that we've just spent on Felicity, but she does have a new contract now. You heard it here first. Please tell me that doesn't come out the cost cap. If that comes out... It didn't come out the cost cap. Okay, you know what? It could be worse. Counter offer for Albon. Excuse me? I've heard back from Albon. They've come back to us with a counter offer. The nerve of it. Let me view the counter offer. He wants a 4-year deal. But apparently if I lower it to 3 years, the bar moves to the right. I mean, I want him on a 2-year deal. 2-year is optimal. If I offer him that, is he just going to be happy? He's removed the breakout multiplier and added a race bonus. Also, because of Felicity, we will go in debt if I agree to sign him for next year. If I up this, yeah, see, if I up this, it moves it down quite a lot. You know what? If someone poaches him after 1 year, he will be a snake. You know what, mate? If you get in the top... Oh, God, that actually makes a bit... These race bonuses are quite powerful, aren't they? What about if I lower it down, but then up the bonuses a lot, and then lower the amount? How cheap can I make the race bonus if I put the bonus threshold to 19th? Well, that's just broken, isn't it? Assuming that's accurate, that's just broken. Right, Albon, how cheap can we make... Surely this doesn't work, chat. I feel like this can't work, can it? Imagine if I piss him off trying to organise this. If I put it on immediate... Oh, God, then he really hates it. You know what? That's fine, innit? That's fine. This thing is... This is a bit sussy, if I'm being honest. The fact you can just lower it. But if it works, it works. I'll offer it him. We'll find out before the American Grand Prix if Albon's signing for us. Imagine if he turns that down now. He's got good marketability as well. To everyone who said, just sign Fernando. I'll just... This is why I can't just sign Fernando. Albon's made another counter offer. He's up the racing bonus. Okay, chat. It turns out that the bar thing here is a bit of a false reading. I feel like this is very comparable to what I did before. You know what? Screw it. We ball. If I make him angry, I'll come back to him in a week. He was happy about everything. He's literally happy about... Because I asked for an immediate response, he's gone, no way, Jose. That is... I'll see him in a week. I'll see him in... The only reason I can go for Albon is because he's got a low buyout and he's not already agreed a move. But as we've already established, it feels like every other F1 driver already has a move organised. Oh, there's going to be traffic here. There is going to be traffic for good old Mick. But of course, Mick's known for navigating his traffic, isn't he? We've never had issues with traffic ever this year, chat. It is going to be dry all weekend. How late do I leave it? I don't really want to be in the traffic. You know what? We'll go now. Now feels like a good spot. There's no one on a flying lap going to go past us, and there's a nice gap to signs in front. I think this is optimal. I don't think we'll catch Tsunoda, who's the last man to go out. I mean, Mick is improving. Is everyone improving, mind you? I wish you could more easily see who's on flying laps and who's on their out laps. I think Mick's going to be okay. Okay, Mick's going to improve. Award's going to improve as well. I mean, as much as we're struggling with engines, I wonder if the AI and the other teams are going to have the exact same issue. Like, are all the teams in a similar boat here? Like, are we going to end the season with loads of mechanical issues and loads of retirements because of this? That's going to be interesting. I'm going to follow everyone else. I think we got our strategy pretty good there. Sadly, we didn't here. We've been absolutely blocked in because we have the worst pit lane position. Contact at turn 1. There is a Mercedes off the track. Wait, have the Mercs hit each other? Oh my word. I mean, Hamilton's on his way to Ferrari. And George... That was Hamilton who locked up into George. I'll tell you what, that is corruption, innit? Do you reckon Hamilton was paid to do that move? That was like Seb Vettel in Singapore. First corner, just take out everyone. It's a disaster. Oh, and now he's having to get out of the way of everyone. Oh no, poor George. I mean, the good news is the yellow flag I don't think is going to affect us. I mean, Hamilton's still just off the track, so maybe the yellow flag is just going to affect us. Is Hamilton okay? I think he's contemplating life. And you know what? I don't really blame him. Investigation is done. It's been confirmed they've got a penalty. Hamilton's been given a 3-second time penalty. How does that work? Is that a 3-second time penalty for the sprint race? A time penalty in sprint quali. Does anyone know? I bet Formula 1 don't know. They've never had this happen before. Oh, is it a grid penalty? It could be a 3-place grid penalty, but the game just says time penalty. Twisted Muppet gifted a sub to Jack's Balls. I don't know how to acknowledge that. Thank you, I guess. I think the yellow flag mudded people. Mick has out-qualified O'Ward, but both drivers will go out again. I mean, if Russell and Hamilton are having bad damage, they are not going to improve when they go on push laps here. So that's 2 drivers probably not making it to sprint quali 3. Both drivers are improving, by the way. I think that yellow flag in Sector 1 mudded a lot of people. Basically, everyone behind the Mercs had to lift through Turn 1, and then George Russell was blocking more people as well. So these times are going to get changed up. Leclerc went way quicker there. Yeah, everyone's times are going to be faster. I mean, it looks great for us, doesn't it? When you look at it like that, should we just stop the count? Stop the count. Stroll hasn't improved there. That's quite good. I think we're going to make it through. I think we're golden. Yeah, we're gonna make it through. We are gonna make it through. Reports of our death greatly exaggerated. Tsunoda and Ricciardo right behind us. We are currently behind RB by 1 point in the Constructors' Championship. So suddenly, in a sprint race that I really didn't want to go, these places could really matter. I can only assume that AI's tyre situation is as bad as ours. So you just go for 1 lap on the softs? I think I'd do. The softs aren't going to do more than 1 good lap. So I think we just wait to the end of the session and go for 1 lap. That is what the AI is doing with everyone but Danny Rick. If Yuki catches up with us, I am going to be fuming here, but I think we're good. Are we good? Yeah, we are. Okay, I've timed it. Oh, someone's locked up. Is that... Oh, it's Yuki.
Plenty of space ahead.
Is he okay?
Go push.
That was his lap. I mean, the door has opened. The window of opportunity has been presented. Our driver's going to have no traffic. That was Yuki's push lap. I think. He's pitting. Yuki is literally not going to set a time. He's not got time to pit and come back out. Well, that's awkward, isn't it? That is awkward. So unless we lock up and crash, we are guaranteed to out-qualify Tsunoda. I mean, we should be starting 7th and 8th here. Well, I don't think we're going to out-qualify McLaren, Red Bull or Ferrari. Unless they make a mistake. Sainz goes quicker. Perez, Leclerc, Verstappen. Yeah, I mean, they're all going to do better, aren't they? They're all going to do better. They're on their flying laps here. It's going to be Leclerc to cross the line first. Go on, knock us down. We get knocked down and we get up again, but they're never going to keep us down, except they probably will keep us down. 7th, I think, is as high as we're going to get up to. Leclerc. Yeah. Perez. Yeah. I've seen this movie before. I mean, the only thing that could save us is if we managed to block Piastri. Not that I would condone our drivers intentionally blocking a fellow driver, but that is perhaps our only hope here. And even then, I think he's not going to catch us quick enough for that to be a thing. We did nearly get him. We did nearly get him with Mick. We're starting in a really good position here. Top 8 get points. We're starting in 7th and 8th. I don't feel that confident we're going to be able to hold on to it. But we'll try. I'm going to try for the believers. There is the American flag in all its glory. I mean, if the guys in front want to have a turn 1 crash, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Everyone gets through cleanly. Sargent's on the hards, Gasly's on our hards, and then... I feel like, really, the people running hards here are just outing themselves as drivers incapable of managing their tyres. Also, with Mick here, I'm going to put him on don't fight teammate. Simply because I don't want him trying to overtake O'Ward and mudding O'Ward's race. And also, Mick does need to conserve his tyres a lot more because of his smoothness. Mick won't make it to the end of the race unless he conserves. I know I put him on, like, don't fight teammate. That's not the reason Yuki Tsunoda's done him there, is it? Please, Mick. We'll totally catch you up. You know what? Gary is a reassuring presence, isn't he? I feel like I'd be more angry at Mick's shenanigans. I thought he'd spun out there. If not for Gary just saying nice things. Someone has made a good point. Isn't the difference between me and the guys running hard the fact that I'm just willing to gamble? And we're not outing ourselves as being bad with the smoothness? Yeah, pretty much. Why has O'Ward got a red icon? DRS now enabled. We'll just ignore it. We'll just ignore it. It's going to be fine. O'Ward is already out of DRS and the guys in front. In fact, despite the fact I've been full pushing him. It's not looking good. Okay, Mick's been forced wide by Danny Rick there. We saw it, Mick. Now, here's the issue for poor Mick Schmick. He literally can't push. I know he's been overtaken by both RB cars. I can't push him. Or the tyres will not last to the end and we will just get a puncture. I mean, Danny Rick just bullied him there. Forced him wide as well for the good measure. Disgusting. Okay, Award's got back in DRS in Piastri. Mick is holding on with DRS. Just about to Danny Rick. Isn't this lovely just watching our man? Yeah, we've got a bit of helicam footage on Kevin now. I mean, 7th would get us points. Just as a reminder, we are 1 point behind RB in the standings right now. If things were to stay as they are, which admittedly they might not, there's a yellow flag. If things were to stay as they are, which they're not going to, because Tsunoda's also going to have DRS here. But Hulkenberg spun. But if things stayed as they were, they've not stayed as that, we would have been even on points. Now they're going to be 2 points ahead of us. Mick has a fault. He doesn't have a fault yet. He just has the risk of a fault, chat. All my engines are effed. All my engines are just bad. Award can't even keep up with Tsunoda. It's a disaster. I mean, at least Mick's tyre wear's looking good. I was a bit worried that Award's tyre wear was looking marginal, but Yuki's is as bad. Maybe with Award, instead of chasing Yuki, we just get him to drive his own race. I think that has to be the plan now. He's got a nice little gap to Danny Rick. Mick can follow Danny Rick. We're going to be fine. If the engine pops, chat, the engine pops, you know? That's a risk we're willing to take. Okay. We've got past Danny Rick. Here's the issue. You've got Alonso and Stroll. The Aston Martin, I think, is faster than us in RB over race distance. Or at least it has been this year. They are kind of stuck behind Ricciardo and Mick's fighting. And I kind of need Ricciardo and Mick to keep fighting, because I think if Stroll or Alonso get past Mick and Rick, they will catch O'Ward. I think I've accepted I'm not going to get both drivers into the points. But Mick has a role to play here in holding up Ricciardo. Car behind you, Mick, as DRS. Cheers, Gary. Can't get by, but this is fine. I'm going to go back on light tyre usage. I think we can keep up through here.
Let's look after this tyre.
Cheers, Gary. Me and Gary, I feel like I've developed a weird friendship with Gary to the point where all the other staff are on the chopping block except Randeep, who's our lovely new sporting director. We love Randeep in this house. He is the DHL Ultras, basically man of choice. But in terms of the rest of the team, everyone is on the chopping block except Gary because of how softly spoken he is. I'm actually going to check really quick, chat. What are other cars' engines saying? Like, ours are bad, 43%. Mixed gearbox, actually, in ERS aren't too bad, but these are our last ones. Leclerc's got a new engine and new gearbox. Sainz has got a new ERS unit. I mean, the AI seems like it's fine, doesn't it, for the most part. Merc aren't in a great spot. Hamilton's got a new everything. Schumacher's got past Ricciardo. This is more important. What about Ricciardo and Tsunoda? Ricciardo's got new engine, new gearbox. But old ERS. I wonder if Ricciardo is going to have to take a penalty for that engine and gearbox after the crash in Singapore that he had with the Mercedes cars. That's probably why Hamilton's got a load of new stuff as well. I think the penalties for exceeding limits are taken for the main race, so keep an eye on that after the sprint. Are you able to switch engines between seasons? You are, yes. Oh my word. Okay, this is not good for us, because that is a Lance Stroll in a quite fast Aston Martin behind us now.
Okay to push.
This is worst case. We needed Danny Rick to stay with us. Danny, you were meant to be our friend. You were meant to help us. We've seen it a few times in recent races where the Aston Martin gets in front of us and they just seem to turn everything up and vanish by like 2 seconds in a lap. I don't have DRS here. We're done. We're done. We're cucked. It's all ogre. I know, Mick. I know, Poppet.
Let's just get into a rhythm.
Let's get into a rhythm, Poppet. It's going to be okay. I'm going to have to deploy the battery that I have here. Oh, my word.
No lifting coast.
I mean, if Danny Rick pushes to keep up with Stroll, this is fine, but I don't think Danny will. Because his tyres are bad. I think Stroll's gone, chat. Lance Stroll is going to be coming for award, and it scares me. Right, Mick, get the move done, son. Mick, we need to protect Pato. We need to protect Pato. Alonso's also got past Ricciardo.
Good job.
Good job. Great job. Come on, Gary. Let's not play down his efforts here. He's doing bloody fantastic. What's Yuki's tyre wear like? Yuki's tyre wear is better than O'Ward's, who's been pushing. That just makes me sad. I mean, if Mick gets DRS right and just follows behind O'Ward, this is the optimal train for us. O'Ward can push his tyres a little bit more in clean air and make them last. Mick can save his tyres for what they're worth. Oh, if the Aston Martins want to crash, I mean, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Alonso's had enough for Stroll's bull. Alonso's like, if he can't get past, let me have a go at getting past. We've dropped Ricciardo, by the way, by like 4 seconds. We have been driving well here. I mean, Mick has been told here not to fight his teammates, so he should just sit behind. Imagine Stroll gets both of them. I don't want to imagine it. All right, lads, both of you can deploy here. Bloody send it. Mick, we need to get by. Why is Mick's driver confidence very low here, by the way? He's literally dropped 2 places all race. I'm trying now to push with O'Ward to get Stroll out of DRS range so that Mick can get him here. Go on, Mick. Get the move done. Stroll's got DRS there. I really want O'Ward to drop Stroll out of DRS so that we can get between Stroll and O'Ward in the DRS zone. But Stroll is 4 tenths behind. We're not dropping him, are we? Here's the issue. That Lance Stroll bloke, he's quite quick. I don't think Stroll's going to have DRS. O'Ward has pulled a stonker of a first sector there. That is biblical by him there. Give that man a coconut. Give him a coconut. Stroll, I don't think has DRS here. We'll find out in a second. He has got DRS. It's a disaster. Take back his coconut. He doesn't deserve it. Bottler.
A bit more lift and coast, please.
That is mental. How quick Stroll is in a straight line versus Mick. That's actually obscene. That has upset me, what I've just witnessed there. And he's just vanishing ahead. Chat, I can't keep up with the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin is so fast. I mean, you saw it with Stroll closing. I had like a 0.3 gap through sector 1 and Stroll just got rid of it. Please join me in waving goodbye to Lance Stroll and any points that we had a hope of getting. I mean, 9th and 10th ain't bad. It gives me hope for the actual proper race. Mind you, we did get a bit lucky, didn't we, with the Mercedes circumstances. Oh, piss off. Piss off. Piss off. Okay. It's a mechanical fault for Mick. Feel like we will be experiencing that every single race between now and the end of the year. So get used to it. Mick Schumacher has a fault. Shoma Ward is going to get to the end here without a puncture. It's a bit close for comfort, but then again, Russell's in the same boat, and so is Bottas, so maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. I hate to say it for the believers of the prediction, not getting points. But not a bad race, to be fair. The Aston Martin's just quicker than us. It's not fair, chat. It's not fair. All that battling to try and keep Aston Martin behind for 1 point, and it came undone with, what, 5 laps left? The worst thing about all of that is Yuki got 2 points. Oh, no, 3. Yeah, 2 points. Which puts RB 3 points ahead of us now in the standings. It's mad how Mick, with medium confidence, still has worse attributes than O'Ward. Both of them have got biffed parts. This is going to be a long end to the year, isn't it? I would be shocked, to be honest, if both our drivers make it through to Q3. I'd almost be shocked if one of them makes it through to Q3. Who is that going out now? I hope and pray we clear Hamilton. If we clear Hamilton, this is such a good position on the track to be in. Okay, we're good. It wasn't even close. I've given the lads the best chance at life here, chat. They are not going to get a better chance than this. Track position is absolutely perfect on this lap. I don't think we're going to catch these guys at the back on their outlaps. If we do, I'm going to be annoyed. But they look a long way away to me. Granted, we have got a big long straight coming up. Then again, if we go past them, they're going to experience us as traffic too. Russell has improved. Both our drivers are currently going out. The good news, though, no traffic. I've done what I could. Award's got a 25 and a 37.8. 37.8 and a 24.8 for Mick. Mick's about 2 tenths up going through this final sector. Both our cars have some pretty major engine issues, so making it through here would be good. We already know that Danny, Rick and Hamilton are going to have penalties to take and start the back. Mick moves up to 6th. Award
Currently P6.
has pulled a rabbit out of the hat in the final sector. Mick got a 31 on the nose. Award, 39. Drama. Hamilton is on a push lap, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realise. Albon and Alonso are on in-laps here. So it's all on Sargent, who's going around the final corner and is forced to lift. That is sad. And Hamilton. Hamilton could demote Russell. But crucially for us, we are going to make it out the session. Okay, no, Logan's bad, isn't he? Logan's just bad. Is he going to demote Russell further here to end this quali session? No. No is the answer. He's done awful. So Sainz is taking a penalty here after his crash in Singapore. So I'm pretty sure we're guaranteed to start 9th lowest here now we're in this session. It's going to be a one and done kind of deal here. Going to get out behind Verstappen. Hope that Sainz doesn't get us here on his lap. It's going to be close, actually, to him getting us here. Are we good? Did we have to move out the way for him? I think Pato did. Oh, no, Pato didn't. Sainz is about to catch him. Okay, we've got a really good track position here.
So it's all clear ahead.
Both guys going out on softs that have done one push lap already. Saving tyres for the race, I think, is important here. Anyway, Mick's go around the final corner. His Sector 2 time was a 37.9. Awards was a 37.9. This is going to be really, really close. Perez, Russell and Tsunoda had awful laps. Mick has an awful final sector, I assume. Award beats Mick. Just. Mick lovers in the mud. Mick's worst smoothness, by the way, is worth 2%. Over the course of 2 push laps. Have I overcooked? You know what? Maybe a little bit, but this is the best strategy I think we can go for. I think a 2-stopper managing our tyres too much is going to be a problem. Plus, we need to see Randeep's at work, don't we? We need to see Randeep at work. With Mick, I will be pushing these softs in the first stint kind of hard and pitting around lap 10. I basically want to try and pit early, get in some clean air. That's the plan. I mean, what's the car part saying? Mick's got engine issues, chat. 37% wear on the engine. That was his best engine before the weekend. It's not that much better for O'Ward. I mean, mechanical issues could be a problem.
Where can they go from here?
I don't know, Curran. Where can he go from here? Right, we're going motor racing. I'm under-fueling because of the temp issue. Our engines are bad. I don't really want to run them in a higher mode. We're actually starting quite far up here, aren't we? Alright, lights out and away we go. Overtake aggression for both drivers here is going to be on high. They are racing wheel to wheel. We're on board with Mick. I'm going to trust them to keep it clean.
See what you can do.
I'm going to trust them to keep it clean. But both our drivers are going on very aggressive initial strategies here for the first stint. We want to burn through these softs and then try and get into a nice bit of space. Bad news, by the way. Everyone else is on softs. That's annoying. Do I know who I'm signing yet? Well, we've been trying to sign Albon, but then I really upset him. But there's not many other options out there. A Sergeant had a lock-up there. Yeah, he has. I've just saw his percentage rocketing down. I'll tell you what, it's not a great home race, is it, for Logie so far? He's on mediums now, but they're down to 79% wear. I kind of need to not push the fuel, I think. But everything else we can burn up. We want to throw off these softs by lap 10. Mick attack. Look, Mick is trying to attack. He's on the attack. He's on the prowl. He's going to do George Russell. George Russell didn't have DRS there, I don't think. I think Yuki had it. Make the move stick, Mick. Make the move stick. Oh, my word, he's actually done it. Slick Mick is going quick. He's not made the move stick, has he? Well, he tried. He will have the inside line if he can hang it up here. Lasagna. Just turn into the start of the Lion King. Look, we're holding on. Sonoda's already 3.7 seconds down. And Award can get a toe here.
Ahead of you, you have
We're pushing these tyres kind of hard on purpose. Because we want to pit earlier.
To push on with the tyres.
Oh, why not go for the move, Award? Let's get him done. We forced him wide. I love that. Elbows out. George Russell mudded. Mick's trying to get the move done on Yuki. Bloody hell. What is Mick cooking? What did Mick have for breakfast? Oh, he's mudded Sonoda for now. Award to attack.
good job. Norris ahead.
I mean, Mick's tyre wear is not great. But then again, Perez is pushing his similarly. Mick had Weetabix. I can believe that. The fuel here is going to be interesting, chat, because I'm intentionally, for the first time ever this year, I am running way less fuel on purpose. What normally happens is I have excess fuel I need to turn up the engine to burn. But in doing that, it raises the engine temps. And given our engine wear currently, I'm wondering if under-fueling, but then not pushing as much, is a better way to use the fuel. Oh, I'll tell you what, Award is sending it. Yuki's wear is kind of comparable to Award's as well, so that he is kind of pushing it. Jackie, you have an Award defend again to help Mick? Absolutely not. Mick doesn't deserve it. I mean, I don't mind them swapping positions here. I feel like they'll actually gain time by swapping positions and fighting. So this is fine. How's the deg? The deg is good. Mick will probably pit sooner than Award here, by the way. I should say, chat, always ignore the exact laps I've got marked on the strategy here. I kind of just use that to block out a rough idea. I think you have to be pretty reactive within the pit window. And Russell managed to get ahead of Sonoda, by the way, in the DRS train behind us. I don't think Russell's that quick, so that's not too bad. By the way, chat, I have been experimenting. So for the Football Manager YouTube videos, as soon as they're done and recorded and uploaded, I make them live for key player channel members, which is like a tier on the YouTube channel. I have made it so that all the races that are edited by Harrison, as soon as they're edited and up on YouTube, they're available to watch. So right now, I think there's 3 unreleased YouTube videos on YouTube of edited races. I know that the kind of channel memberships aren't for everyone. But if you would like to have all the YouTube videos go up, like, well, not go up, but have all the YouTube F1 videos accessible as soon as they go up, which is always ahead of when they'll be uploaded to YouTube, because I limit YouTube uploads to 1 a day, mostly, at least, of each series. Yeah, that channel membership is a way to kind of get all the latest videos as they happen. Great that I've plugged that while an overtake was happening, so Harrison can keep that in the video. I feel like I should be more nervous letting the guys race, but since the first race of the year where they crashed, they've not crashed since. So I've grown to trust them, he says, as Award forces Schumacher wide. Gasly's got a mechanical fault. Sargent is already pitting off his mediums. Oh, yeah, he did lock up on them, to be fair. He's going hard. I think some teams might go medium, hard, hard. We'll have to keep an eye on if that strategy comes to fruition, but I think medium, hard, hard was a recommended strategy. I mean, the nice thing for Award and Schumacher is they've both been getting DRS off one another and kind of just swapping positions fairly cleanly without too much wheel-to-wheel racing. Which definitely makes the job of kind of managing them that little bit easier. I say that, now they're wheel-to-wheel. Have I just jinxed it? The answer is yes. Mick, deploy here just to stay ahead.
Mode push, mode push.
Mick's in the puncher zone. Mick's tyres are absolutely mudded here. Mick did 9 laps on soft tyres, chat. He's on softs at the end of the race. Lodge that in your memory. They're still racing wheel-to-wheel, lads. This is completely unnecessary and somewhat triggering me. The guys behind us have all caught up. Okay, Mick's in the pits. Meanwhile, Award is not going to have fun here. He does get DRS because he was behind Mick. It's all right, though. It's all right. Okay, Mick, let's have a good stop, please. There's a random medium tyre left out in the pit lane there. Did you see that? That's dangerous. That's a fine stop. That will do us. Hulkenberg's pitting off his softs as well. So we're not the first team. Well, we are the first team pitting off softs, but we're not the first team to pit lap 10 or the only team to pit lap 10.
P16.
Mick versus an Alpine. Well, mate, you're basically best friends with Alpine in real life. Surely you can just ask them politely and they'll let you by.
Bag 1.8 behind.
Award did get overtaken by Stroll, but he will just get DRS here. Okay, Award has been overtaken by Sainz as well. But you know what? We're not losing time, and now we're coming into the pits. We're chilling. Mick's now got some clean air. He's on mediums for the next 16 laps. Right, Pato in the pit lane. He should come out behind Mick and potentially behind Ocon. The dream is to come out behind Mick and ahead of Ocon. That would be ideal. That's a really good stop by our standards. It's not great in the grand scheme of things, but for us, that's as good as I was hoping for. That's Ocon there. So we did lose a little bit of time during that extra lap. Crucially, though, I mean, we are right behind the Alpine still.
Next up, Ocon is 2.5.
But what I was going to say was, crucially, you have to just wait for the next DRS zone. Let me try again. Crucially, we've come out ahead of Gasly, and there's not too much traffic around our drivers. Is it worth buying the new F1 manager or stick with the old one? I think this one's a pretty big upgrade in a lot of areas. There's still a few things that need fixing in patches. But I do feel like the game is in a pretty playable state right now. I don't want to overtake before the DRS zone here. But into the corner would be really nice.
Mode push.
Go on, Mick. Do it for me. Don't crash, though. For the love of God, please don't crash, Mick. Okay, we're chilling. I think we're just chilling now, aren't we? Okay, I say that. We're not chilling because Tsunoda and Stroll have just come into the pits. Now, the question is, are they both going on to hards? It's hards for Stroll. Yuki, softs. Oh, wait, no, hards. The red inner ring, by the way, of the RB car should be illegal. I can't drop Stroll. I'll tell you what, the Aston Martins are just too quick, chat. The Aston Martins are absolutely rapid right now. Have I changed any contracts? We tried to sign Albon and I messed it up. Albon and Russell are in the pit lane. They've both gone soft medium. Actually, that's a lie. Albon was on the mediums already. Albon's gone on to hards. Russell's gone soft medium, though. It's a real mix of strategies. That does mean that Mick didn't have to pass Albon on track and now has a load of clean space to work in, which is really good. Ward is going to have a bit of scrapping to do and is going to have a wild Hamilton to pass. I'm going to deploy here with O'Ward just to try and get in DRS range on Hamilton.
Starting to close in now.
I don't think we didn't get it. That's unfortunate. Stroll's going to whiz past us here, I think. Is Mick's seat safe? No. You need to keep Mick for at least one more season. I mean, please elaborate. I don't think I need to do that. I'm pressing X to doubt. There's a yellow flag. It's not lasted long. I was panicking. O'Ward, gun it here, son. I really want to get out of DRS range on Hamilton. Sargent locked up again, chat.
Now we're through the last turn.
Mm.
And there's the lockup. And hopefully there's not.
That is his second lockup of the race. How mudded are his hards? 70% wear. He pitted around the same lap we did.
I think we can reduce lift and coast.
It's not looking good if you're a Logan Sargent fan. Right. Ward is just going to chill now. I think Stroll will catch us. I've kind of made peace with that. But if we can keep up with Stroll, that's all we need to do. Why not conserve fuel this stint? I mean, it's a good question. I don't think we need to yet. It's too early on to be conserving, is the simple answer. Because if a safety car happens, we're in a really good fuel position. And past experience of this circuit in F1 Manager makes me think there's a pretty good chance of a safety car. I bet Mick can't wait to throw off these mediums and put on a set of hards. Mick's smoothness just means there isn't really a good strategy for me to use here with him. I can't go with the same strategy as Pat because of the different tyres that are available. But I think even if Mick did have 3 sets of softs, he wouldn't be able to make it last. I mean, at least Mick's trying to do some motor racing, I guess, here. I think we're going to be behind at the DRS line. Oh, my word. Is that Stroll trying to go up the inside? If we don't have DRS here, it's about to be goodbye.
First car behind is Stroll.
I don't think we have DRS, do we? Do we have... Oh, we do have DRS. We have the drive really speedy. We can come back. I mean, Tsunoda's now got DRS on award. Keep swapping back and forth. I kind of just am happy saving battery and going at this pace. I'm not even sure if we're net running in the points right now. This is a weird race because I'm not really sure what the strategies are. Yellow flag. What happened? Who's had a moment? Someone has spun. We saw you spin. It's Mick who span. Wait, did he spin? Why did Gary say we saw you spin? Is Gary gaslighting Mick? And that feels very unnecessary, doesn't it? Gary said we saw you spin to Mick, who's just driving normally. That is just rude, innit? Would I like to let Mick do donuts after the last race? Absolutely not. No fun allowed. He didn't get them for Haas, he won't get them with us. Are we screwed on fuel without a safety car? Kind of. There's a reason I'm saving with O'Ward now. Although I think O'Ward is kind of in a situation here where we can probably just chill behind Yuki and be fine. As long as we stay in DRS. Oh, okay. Russell's got a fault. Interesting. Mick's in the pits. Right, Mick Schumacher in the pits. Let's see what we can do. Going on to the medium? No, hards. It's hards. That's the fastest pit stop we've ever done! The Ultras are standing up and applauding. Well, they're standing up and applauding. There's a yellow flag. If this is a safety car now, O'Ward hit Tsunoda. O'Ward hit Tsunoda. What happened? What happened? Did he turn into us? Sorry! He's just... Yeah, you did, Yuki! Yeah, you did up, didn't you, son? That's a disgrace! What damage do we have? Minor front wing damage. I mean, it's only front wing damage. We can fix it. What's the earliest I can pit for softs and make them last without having to save them too hard? Oh, do I just... I think I have to just pit and go onto softs and then manage them. It's not disastrous. And I will make sure I select fix the front wing. I've learnt. I have no medium tyres, sadly. That really muds Pato's strategy, but I don't really have an alternative plan. Mick's come out behind Albon. Tsunoda's been getting a 5-second penalty. Justice for Pato. That's the first time we've been hit all year and the other bloke's got the penalty. I didn't think that was possible. Is that a bug? Mick's just swearing. Mick, I don't want to know why you're swearing. Just get past. Pain, chat. Pain. Get it on, lads. Good job. Wait, where are the tyres? Oh, there they are. Thank God. That's good. All right. I need to push these initially to get some temps in, but then we do actually have to save these softs. Pato does need to get overtakes done. I've got his overtake aggression on low. Hamilton has overtaken Mick. Watch the speed, by the way, Ricciardo has out of this corner.
Albon's 1.4 behind.
Right, we got the temps in O'Ward's tyres. Now he needs to chill. So where are we now? Mick's in 14th, O'Ward's in 10th. Both of them will be pitting again. Mick's going to pit around lap 45, O'Ward lap 42. Stroll and Alonso are both pitting here. They're going on soft, so they're going to have to stop twice more. We're going to be behind them with O'Ward. I wonder if they've got softs, though, for their last stop. So Pato's going to pit lap 42-ish. I don't think Mick's catching up to Danny Rick. Also, I think the tyre wear on Pato is higher because his tyres are cold. Sainz's fault is getting worse. Half the grid have faults, it feels like. Because Alonso and Stroll are on the same strategy as us, I assume. I assume they have softs to put on. The AI might be doing a weird thing where it's copying our strategy, but without the softs in reserve. Whereas, these hard runners, Miles Perez, might be just going to the end. See, Gasly's put on mediums. Ricciardo is put on hards. RB didn't have any softs to put him on. Interesting, chat. Interesting. Good stop. We got a 2.4 earlier. 2.522. We'll take that. We will take that.
So pit exit is clear.
Jack, have you ever tried it like an axe album with a no stop with a one stop on the softs? That last corner is hilarious, isn't it? That is a hilarious last corner. Sorry, I've been distracted by that bug. I have done the one stopper with a lap one. You can do it at Baku onto hards in this game. We really mudded, I think, Tsunoda there as well. Oh, wait, Tsunoda. We've come out ahead of Verstappen. That's really good. In fact, I didn't realise this. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have come out ahead of Tsunoda and Verstappen. That is really good. Now, Award can pretty much use just not normal pushing to the end here. Oh, Perez and Leclerc in the pits. Leclerc's going softs to the end. And Piastri's not pitting again. So will Leclerc catch Piastri? That'll be interesting to keep an eye on. As long as Pato's issue doesn't get worse, I think we're going to be really good for some half-decent points here. If a few more mechanical failures get worse around us as well, it could get even better. Okay, Stroll's just pitted for softs. That's really bad news. Alonso's softs he's going to have to look after to get to the end. But that does extinguish any hope of catching Stroll, I think, for Pato. Okay, all eyes on Mick.
It doesn't react to the throttle.
This is not the time. This is really not the time for a fault. Okay, Gary says it's okay, and I trust Gary. Gary has never let us down.
He'll be very close to us at the pit exit. So
All right, let's get our mental acceleration through this exit because the corner's bugged. Wham! Oh, get the run on the Merc. Is it cheating? Tell you what, the downforce in modern F1, unbelievable, really, isn't it? This is Hamilton and Danny Rick in front. Let's get them. I mean, as Sainz DNFs, Ricciardo up the road is a point. And both these guys are on hards, and Yuki's on hards as well. Granted, Yuki is 9 seconds up the road with 10 laps remaining, but you know what? In Mick, I trust. Maybe I'm an idiot for believing in Mick Schumacher, but I do believe in him. All right, Mick, get the move done here. You get DRS as well. Force him wide. Yeah, get your elbows out, Mick. It's only Lewis Hamilton. He's not won that many Grand Prix.
let's look after this tire.
No, we're not looking after it, Gary. Don't listen to Gary. Push. The fault is getting... It can't be that bad. It is quite warm. I will admit, it is quite warm. We'll go conserve to try and help it a little bit. I mean, loads of other people have run with orange cogs for ages, so surely we're going to be okay. Ocon's fault's getting worse. Right now, there are 9 people running with faults, and we've already had Zhou retire with a fault. It's all kicking off. I think Danny Rick is pushing really hard now, to be honest.
Blue flag.
Please get out of the way. Whoever this Sauber is, it's got to be Bottas. Zhou's already retired. Why is Mick so slow?
You pushing.
Why is Mick so slow? Don't get out of the way now. I want DRS. Oh, for God. Okay, get out of the way now. Valtteri, it's Jack. You're a cockwomble. I mean, Pato's just chilling. I think this gives us an idea of how much faster, by the way, the Aston Martin is than us on raw pace. We went soft, hard, soft, soft. Not sure I went soft, hard, soft, soft. Fernando actually did mediums to begin with. It's going medium, soft, 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 which is a mental strategy by Fernando, but it's working for them. We're right up behind Ricciardo here.
Let's add the lifting.
Yuki's only 3 seconds up the road. You know what? Mick, he might have an engine issue. We might be down on power. But this is slick Mick we're talking about. Granted, you know, Danny Rick, who we're struggling to get by, does also have a mechanical fault. What is Danny Rick's mechanical fault, mind you? Danny? Danny? Where is he, Rick? Ah, his ERS unit's dead.
Okay, good job.
I mean, that's a pretty bad fault to have. It's going to make him slow out of any corner that requires acceleration. And use a lot of your deployment of your ERS on this circuit prior to that first DRS zone with the massive straight. I mean, we're going to eat 1 point into RB's lead if Award doesn't have to retire. Which will put them 2 points ahead of us. Why is Award's fault getting worse? What do you mean? What do you mean? So that's a great highlight, isn't it? Oh, it's an engine fault. Yeah, because you know what? Because Pato's day couldn't get any worse. I mean, both our cars are messed up. Maybe getting 9th and 11th here isn't that bad. I mean, crucially, it's 2 points we have gained on RB.
Piastri has done it.
Piastri wins a second race in a row, by the way. McLaren have definitely bought some upgrades lately and look good with him. Award gets 9th. It's points. They mean prizes. Mickey Shoe for just getting your sponsor objective done. You know what? Sometimes that is good enough. I need money. We get 2 points for Award. He's now 10 points ahead of Mick. And in the constructors, we are... You can't see my head's in the way. We are 2 points behind RB. So over the course of the weekend, they actually gained a point because of the sprint. But good enough for me. Sadly, our 2.4, which was a good lap time by us, not good enough to get us in the top 10. We're still working on the pit stops, chat. You know, Randeep is still making things happen. Of course, Award had that slow pit stop to change his nose. Considering we got biffed by Sonoda, that was not a bad little recovery drive, was it?